Namaste everyone, I hope you're well. Welcome back to another session of Yoga with Reena. Today we're going to be working on building some muscle strength and improving our flexibility. Now I know the gyms are closed, but they will be opening up soon, so don't worry too much about that. But it's very important that when we're at home and we're not as mobile as we normally would be, it's important to keep that muscle strength up. So I'd like for us to begin first of all with sitting down. If you can all please come to a nice comfortable sitting position and be really comfortable, and just remember our health and safety that we normally have, which is making sure that we've got some comfortable clothing, we've got a good surface, nothing that's going to make us slip or anything, and making sure our socks are off, and doing what we can, and the most important thing is making sure that when we're doing the poses we're not pushing ourselves to any pain. So at no point should anything become painful. Okay, now I know we're working on flexibility and we have been doing so. It's important to understand that nothing is going to happen straight away. Okay, it's just like an elastic band. We've just got to gradually work towards it. So please try your hardest. We're going to have a go at doing some different poses today. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to come and sit in Vajrasana. So if you can come and sit on your knees. If you're not able to sit like this for a long time, then just please cross your legs. It's completely fine. You can sit with your legs crossed or in Sukhasana. So whatever is comfortable for you. But just making sure that when we're doing our first Kriya, try not to change your leg position in between the practices. Try and do it sort of when we've stopped that round or that cycle of breathing. Okay, so we'll start in Vajrasana or Sukhasana, your choice, and we're just going to sit up nice and straight and turn our palms upwards. You can sit palm on top of palm, chin up and chest up, and eyes closed and mouths closed. And then just taking a few deep breaths in and out. And keep those exhales nice and long, taking some time to come into your body and into your mind and settle yourself. When we're breathing in, feel those lungs completely expand and the stomach come out. And when we exhale, feel them fall and everything comes in. Making sure that however we're sitting, the base of the spine and the back of the neck are nice and aligned. We'll start with 3 Omkars today. So just touching the thumb and index finger together in Jin Mudra. Just settling, bringing our thoughts in and starting together. Ah, O and Ma. Remember the vibrations. Yeah, complete science of vibrations coming from the stomach into the chest and into the head. So 3 in our own time. Inhale. And then just gulp your saliva, relax your throat, release the fingers, take a nice deep breath in, and a really long breath out. And then just with a few blinks, we're just going to open our eyes and relax our hands, and just fully understanding that whenever and however we're sitting, if we want some nice spine flexibility, we have to make sure the spine is in the right place. So in the practice that we're going to do now, we have done this kriya before. It's just the Kapalbhati practice, but the hand position is going to be slightly different. But I want us to make sure that the back of the neck and the base of the spine, they stay aligned. Okay, so in this practice, we're going to do one round in Vajrasana and one round with our legs crossed. So if you're doing it the other way around, you can do a swap. That's completely fine. And we're just going to interlock our hands together like this, and just place them on your lap just for a moment so you're nice and ready for the pose. But just being careful, any high blood pressure or migraine patients or anything like that, I want you to be very careful. Either we're not doing this and either you're continuing with just long inhale and exhale. Maybe you can do the 10 seconds in and the 15 seconds out. Or if you want to, maybe you can do every other count. Listen to your bodies, guys. You know them more than me. So in this practice, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our index fingers up. Yeah, so index fingers are up like that. And when the index fingers are up, the palms automatically open. We want to make sure that they're as close together as we can. And we're going to raise the arms above our head. Now you can see my triceps are behind my ears and my chin is up. And I'm not leaning forward. That's going to tend to happen in this practice. So you want to make sure you're not leaning forward. You're leaning back and your back is up straight. So take a nice deep breath in and out here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do the forceful exhaling from our nose in this position, okay? Now we're going to stretch up, but don't hold the breath at all. And don't put any pressure. You'll know the moment you start to curve your spine and lean back, you'll know that, okay, now the pressure is off. Okay, so let's begin. Face relaxed, big smiles. Okay, keep pumping out, want to ensure those palms are not opening out like that. Okay, doesn't matter if the elbows are a little bit bent, keep those chins up. Come on guys, pump up. More, keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if your eyes aren't open, please open them now. And without using the hands, you can relax your legs in crossing them. And if you have got them crossed, you're going to bring them without letting your arms go into Vajrasana, which is what we were sitting on with our knees. Okay, and we're going to do a few more pushes. Okay, now it's going to be a bit harder with your legs crossed to keep your back nice and relaxed. So let's have a go. And off we pump. Really feel your stomach coming in each time you exhale. Pump, 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 pump. Ten, 9, 8, palms together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and relax those hands. Very good. Just give those shoulders a little rotation. I'm sure without even moving so much, your back muscles are nice and awake now. So just leave the hands down on the side. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then just have a moment to just let the body restore. You can feel lots of tingling, possibly in your legs, maybe in your arms. And then nice and slowly just opening up the eyes. And this time working from the bottom, okay? So just doing a few light warm-ups before we work into our main poses. So if we can come and bring our legs in Patangasana. Yeah, this is, again, I always say one of my favorites, but one of the best asanas you can do to improve your flexibility, because everything can get tight around the hip region. This is good for your nervous system, lower spine, stretching all the perineum muscles here, okay? Interlock those hands, chest up, chin up, and just very lightly start to bring those knees up and down. Happy faces, happy butterflies. Just keep it nice and loose, yeah? Abdomen is up. And rather than focusing on hitting the legs down today, we're actually just going to go side to side. Yeah, nice and calmly, side to side, and going as far down as you can, as you can, as you can. Good, and then back into the middle, and then keep those knees going and see if you can keep those arms up. If you push your fingers into the back of your hands, you can feel a really nice stretch on the neck. So we're just loosening all of that up. And now we're going to actively try and hit. Come on, guys. Let's go as much as we can. Chins up, chests up, whatever we're doing, however much we can go, however far we can go, we're doing that with a big smile. Okay, we should be happy with what we have and really, really work towards what we can have. Yeah, good. Nice and slowly bring those legs down. Okay, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you to go towards the back of your mat. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some walking now, but we're going to do some crow walking. We haven't done this for a while, but this is going to activate all of our legs. We're going to do 2 rounds. First round is going to be flat feet, and second round is going to be on our toes. And if you can't quite get your feet flat, that's fine. You can do both on your toes, yeah? So can you see how I'm sitting? I'm sitting in a squat like this, okay? And I need to be comfortable. So whatever you're doing, if you can't quite get your feet flat and you can only do it on your toes, then stay on your toes. It's completely fine. In fact, on your toes, you can stretch your calves a lot as well, okay? And if you've got any problems with your knees, I want you to use your hands when you do this. You're essentially going to be using your hands to crawl across the floor, okay, and stretch those leg muscles out, yeah? So you'll be doing this, yeah? Anyone with any knee problems, you'll be doing that. And anyone who is okay to, you will be placing your hands on your knees. So whether your feet are flat or not the concern. What matters is the hands are on the knees. And we're going to be waddling like a crow, okay? We're going to waddle like a crow to the front of the mat. Then we're going to turn around, okay? And we're going to come off the toes, come off the heels. So if you're on your toes, your second round will be heels down. And if you're off your toes, and then if you're on your heels, second round will be heels up, okay? So nice and slowly, hands are lightly on the knees, they're just resting. Do not push down on the knees, okay? And we're going to just try and waddle across, okay? We don't need to take really big steps, we just need to waddle across and really stretch out those tight calves. Yeah, really stretch out those tight calves. And then we're just going to go for a full turn all the way around, halfway all the way around. Okay, and then because I'm on my, can you see I was on my heels? Now I'm going to come off the heels and I'm going to do the same. And remember, no weight on the knees, okay? So just waddling again, really slowly on our toes. And this requires a little bit more balance, okay? And reach the front and nice and calmly, just slide back and relax and give those ankles a little wave. Well done, well done, well done. Worked out all of those lower parts, yeah? And the feet are really, really important, yeah? Lots of acupuncture pressure points there, so we want to make sure we're looking after those, okay? Now bring those legs in. We're just going to go for Vayunishkasana very quickly, okay? So getting ourselves up to a standing position. Anyone knee issues, please be mindful. You do what you can, and this is not about trying to straighten the legs, okay? It's about trying to get yourself all the way up. So if I can ask you to return into that squatting position and just hold on to your big toe. We'll do big toe today, yeah? So thumb on top of big toenail, index finger underneath. Take a nice deep breath in and straighten up. Now if you can't straighten, that's fine. You just go as far as you can, okay? As far as you can. And breathe in, and as you come down, we're going to breathe out. Okay, and straighten up, chin up, chest up, breathe in, come up. Breathe out, come down. Good, and last one, breathing in. See if you can straighten up a little bit more, and nice and slowly, we're going to come all the way up. Well done, and just shoulders back. Let's just roll the shoulders back completely and just lightly bring those necks to the side and up and down. Really just pushing that chin into that chest, okay? And just doing those wrists as well, very lightly, okay? So we're going to start with Ardha Kati Chakrasana. Yeah, so it looks quite simple, but staying in the posture can be a big challenge. Okay, so any severe back pain patients, I'd ask you to just sit this one out or just do some slight bending. Okay, but this is about toning the side. It's about bringing that flexibility on to the side of your body. Okay, but we're going to do it in a slightly different way today. We're going to do it with our hands hooked up. So if I can ask you to bring your feet together, if as a slightly easier version, you can bring your legs comfortably out. Yeah, completely up to you. We can do that today actually. Yeah, let's keep our feet slightly out, parallel to your shoulders if possible, and toes facing completely forward. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to raise both hands, and our right hand is going to come above our head and on our left elbow. Okay, now the right hand shouldn't be resting on your head at all. What we are going to do is imagine there's a wall in front of us and behind us, and as we exhale we're going to go out to the right hand side. So take a nice deep breath in for me. Imagine somebody's got your right hand and they're pulling you up, and you're going to exhale and you're going to come down, and as you come down you're going to keep your chest up, chin up, and you're going to smile, and you're going to stretch, 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 stretch. No leaning forward, and you're going to breathe in, exhale and swap. Make sure the palms are turning to the side so you're not straining. And this hand, the left hand now, should not be resting on the head, okay? So nice deep breath in again. Imagine that wall in front. Stretch yourself up. Somebody's pulling you. Use that hand to pull yourself down. Keep that chin up. Go as far as you can. Chest up, chin up. Big, big smiles. And breathing in and breathing out. Very good. Legs comfortably apart, and I'm sure we can feel all of that circulation coming all the way down the sides. Just roll those shoulders, roll those shoulders. Very, very good. Well done. So we're going to bring our attention now to our working from legs, shoulders down to our wrists and our hands. Okay. Now a lot of, just while I'm speaking, we're going to do some rotation. A lot of muscle strength, okay, especially things like your core and your triceps and your biceps, comes from balancing and doing some postures on our wrist. Now we're going to do that in a moment, but I want you to be very, very careful, okay, when you're doing these poses. So any back pain or any problems with your arms or anything like that, we need to be very careful when you're doing this. So we're going to go into Chaturanga Dandasana, that's the plank pose. And then we're going to be lifting one leg up slightly, just to really build that core. Okay, so just letting your legs relax, and I want you to just come onto all fours. Okay, nice and comfortable, and get your hands ready. So what we'll do is we'll keep our fingers out. Yeah, the wider those fingers are, the more comfortable it is for us. And just going to come onto our toes. Now straight into the plank. Imagine there's a complete ruler on your spine. And anyone who is finding this a little bit challenging, what I'd like for you to do is stay in this position, but you'll be lifting one leg up like this, yeah? So you can lift it with one knee on the floor. And what the rest of us are going to do is we're going to come into the plank. Now you can see that right now my hips are up. I'm stretching my calves, okay? But then as my chest comes in line with my hands, I straighten up. Yeah, complete Chaturanga Dandasana, absolutely flat, looking a few meters or so in front of me, and I'm going to attempt to take my right leg up. Yeah, now as I do that, I want to make sure I'm not shifting my weight further back. Yeah, I'm staying steady and I'm shifting my leg up, and I'm smiling and I'm holding the pose, and I'm building the strength in my arms and my legs and my core. 3, 2, 1, exhale, release and lift the opposite. And hold it up. And if you point that toe, it makes it a little bit lighter. Okay, just observe your hips, make sure nothing has fallen to the side, don't tilt. 3, 2, 1, smile and relax. Knees on the floor. And I just want you to relax in Balasana. So turn your palms around, give them a little rotation, and then just have a little breather in Balasana with your head down. The most important thing is to let those hands completely relax. Okay, completely relax. And then just lift your head up and come to a sitting position in Vajrasana. We're gonna go for Pincha Matsyasana now. That's a dolphin pose, yeah? So that's really building those muscles and flexibility all the way up the back of the legs and all the way up the spine. So entire back part of the body. But any migraine or head patients, I want you to be very, very careful when you're doing this. And I also want you to understand that there's going to be a lot of circulation that is coming up to your head when you're doing this. So please be careful and make sure you're building properly, you're breathing properly, okay? Now you'll have noticed that I've just tucked my t-shirt in because we are actually going to be coming downwards. So I want us to make sure that we're really comfortable in what we're doing, especially if there are people around or you have family members there. Most important thing to remember is we're taking a little bit of a break off our wrist. We're going to return to them after this, don't you worry. Because we're going to work up to our peak asana. But this is Pincha Matsyasana, so dolphin pose. At no point should our head be touching the floor, yeah? Doesn't matter if your hair does, but there is no weight of the head on the floor. It's all on the elbows. So if you interlock your hands and if you place your hands onto the floor like this and your hips are up, okay? And come onto your toes and just take your knees off, yeah? And what we're attempting to do is to essentially walk forward. Okay, now can you see my back of the neck? I'm trying to get my back of the neck to be in line with that front wall, okay? So nice and calmly, I'm just going to walk forward, try and get my feet flat, and I'm going to try and tuck my chin all the way in. And I'm doing this nice and comfortably. And if you can't get your heels flat, that's fine. You just stay on your toes and see how far you can walk without flipping over, essentially. So just being very careful when you're doing this. Chin into chest. Knees straight, big smiles. 3, 2, 1. And then just release those knees onto the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift that head up. Stretch those arms. And exhale. Very good. That is a very, very challenging posture. I want you to be careful that when you're doing this, that head is not touching the floor. Yeah, that head should not be touching the floor. We're very comfortable and we should be able to stay in postures for a good 10 to 15 seconds without it becoming painful. That's the perfect way to hold a pose. Okay, but just due to time restraint, we may not hold it for that long, but enough to feel that benefit. Okay, so just do a quick wrist rotation. Okay, we're going to go back now onto our wrists and we're going to do an asana called Vasishthasana, yeah? So this is a plank balancing one, and just like we did it straight on with one leg up, we're actually going to do it outwards to the side. Now, if you're like me and you've got a wall on one side, very, very close to you, then you can use the wall to help you, okay? And if not, just be very careful, yeah? This is about building arm strength, and if you've got stick arms like me, this is a very good practice and very, very good for your wrists as well. We use our hands for everything, don't we, guys? Yeah, so if we use our hands for everything, we want to make sure the hands are really strong, and you'll be able to know straight away which hand is stronger and which hand is needs a little bit more building up with their strength. Okay, so if we place our hands down, and if you are near a wall, try and go as close as you can to that wall, yeah, but making sure you're not too close so you don't fall on it. But if you want to lean on it, you are. And open up those fingers as wide as you can, and we're going to come into a plank. And what we're then going to do is we're going to open outwards. So can you see how I'm opening out? That's exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to be doing it in a plank pose. I just wanted to explain now before we took our knees off. Now my feet are not going to stay together for this. We want to make sure that the feet have got enough space to pivot. So if we come up into our plank position and we take a nice deep breath in, bring your chest in line and turn. And as you turn, can you see what I'm doing with my feet? Yeah, my feet are now turning all the way up and I'm stretching, and I'm going to see if I can put one foot on top of the other. Now, it might well be that you're like me and your hips are up, but what we want to do is try and bring those hips down, okay? And try and lift one leg up. Yeah, really try and hold it. Go as high as you can. 3, 2, 1, and then just exhale and release and come all the way down and just relax. And poses like this, we don't have to stand We don't have to hold for a very long time, just enough to feel that benefit and then release. And right now I can really feel that benefit on my wrist, okay? My left wrist, not as strong as my right, yeah? And I know that because I've practiced this posture for a few times, and I can sense that on my left wrist, I'm not able to hold it as long. So you be the judge, yeah? You be the judge, you see how well you can do, and then that's the one that we've got to eventually build up on. Okay, so let's bring our attention now to the opposite side. You don't need to turn around, I'm just turning so you can see me. Okay, into the position, again, palms on the floor, fingers as wide as we can out. Okay, taking a nice deep breath in and into our plank, feet slightly apart, hips nice and parallel to the floor, and turning those feet out. Okay, it doesn't matter if your hips are up to start with, that's completely fine. Okay, and then nice and calmly building the strength to bring that arm up and nice and slowly lifting that leg. Okay, and just looking up at those hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and nice and slowly, we're just going to come all the way down and relax. Again, just come into Balasana, not the full stretch. We're just going to bring our heads down. Any heart patients, you can keep your head up and just relax with your chin on your hands like this. That's completely fine. Nice deep breaths in and out. And then whenever you're ready, we're just going to take a nice deep breath in and then sit ourselves up. And we're going to move into our final posture now, which is Ardha Bhekasana, so half a frog pose. It's very, very good for building up the muscles in your abdomen, okay? Very, very good for abdomen and also very good for your spine. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to nice and calmly lie down on your front and just relax onto your elbows. Yeah, really always nice to finish with an opener so that the lungs and the chest and everything is expanded. And remember, any asana with your chest and lungs and your head up is also very good for your immune system. Yeah, so what we're going to do now, if you can just be nice and comfortable, okay, stay on your elbows, and we're going to take our right hand, okay, we're going to bend our right leg, and we're going to take our right hand and we're going to hold onto our right ankle, okay? And you might have lifted up a bit, that's fine. But what we're then going to do is we're going to take that back leg up. So we take that back leg up and then we pull that leg, yeah? We pull that right leg up and we're going to lift our left hand. And I want to be nice and straight, yeah? Any back patients, please be careful when you're doing this. Hold the pose, keep your chin up. 3, 2, higher. 1, and relax. Relax and chins down, okay? And you'll find that the side of the leg that you were holding up, that side is fully charged, okay? This is also very good for toning this practice, yeah? So you need to be mindful about where you're putting your hand because you'll have known now that this is the measurement I need to take, okay? So let's prepare for the opposite side. Okay, one more push, guys. This is our last one. We can do it. Let's bring that leg up. Let's take that hand back. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. Lift that long leg. Stretch up and stretch the arm up. Good. Hold it there. Looking all the way up past your middle finger. 3, shoulders relaxed. 2, big smiles. 1, and relax. Legs apart. And foreheads on the back of your palms and relax. Just take a moment to get your breath back. Enjoy the weight of your chest on the floor. Keep those eyes closed. And then, without opening them, when you are ready, we're just going to come to a nice sitting position. with our backs nice and straight. Finish with 3 Brahmaris, blocking the ears and lightly closing the eyes with our fingers on top and chanting a humming sound from the back of the throat. 3 times. So once I say inhale, you can just block your ears in. Okay, remaining fingers on the eyes, index, middle, eyebrows, and then we'll hum, making sure we're nice and calm, finishing with a steady mind and body. Inhale. When we finished our 3, just return the hands back down on the knees, gulp the saliva, relax the throat. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Have just a few moments of quiet. And then bring those hands in to rub your palms, heads up and chins up. Get the palms nice and warm. And lightly cup the eyes. Open the eyes inside, the pitch black. Adjust to the light with every blink. And slowly, without any squinting, palm the forehead and stretch all the way up with a big smile. Ready to finish our session, start or finish the day, all the way up, and finishing with happy thoughts and remembering to say happy things and to feel happy within our hearts. Thank you very much for joining. I hope we can really work together to build our muscles and our flexibility, and I hope you enjoyed the session and I will see you next time. So thank you very much. Take care.